Hello everyone, this is the V-Man and welcome. New week started, and usually I like to start the new week with the daily race B, but in this week we have a Nürburgring Nordschleife track on which I wasn't practicing enough so I can be competitive, so I decided to have a try on a daily race A. Here we are in Tokyo in a speedster touring car, which is N200 car, so I tried my luck here. And here I have a really bad start because I thought that we need to wait for our lights to go out, but after the countdown the race started and I immediately dropped a couple of positions. But okay, we are racing. I will try to have a good result here, because this is the car with not that stiff suspension. It really likes to shift the weight from one side to the other, and that causes understeering and oversteering. So the point to be fast here is to be very smooth on a steering wheel, so you don't allow that weight shifting to happen too often. So that's the point, be smooth, try to be smooth as possible. And going into the hard corner on the right, a little bit of mess, and I went up a couple of positions, one or two, I am not sure. So I'm 5th now, that is a good thing. I am improving my positions, and nothing special was happening, and we are now in the final lap. I'm still on a 5th position, but again going into the section where we need to brake hard, and that is the problem in GT Sport every time. So I'm going on the brakes into the corner. I'm going round the outside, battling with a Spanish guy who is on my right side, and now we are struggling to get a slipstream from a car in front of us. I managed to go in front of him here, so I am 4th now. Final lap. This is a long straight. A lot of time can be gained here or lost here. He did manage to catch some of the slipstream from a cars in front, so eventually I lost my 4th position and finished 5th here. So that was the first race, just to see how things are going and how to behave in future races. So start of the second race. This time I started well. I'm starting on a 5th position. Spanish guy in front of me, he was turning his hazards on for some reason. Going into the first corner, need to defend. Everything went pretty well. I'm still really close. This is the twisty section. You need to be smooth here, as I said, not to allow car to shift weight from one side to the other. And as you can see, I went a little bit wide here, but thankfully Hungarian guy who is behind me didn't manage to do anything more than just to gently push me. 100-meter board on the brakes, and look at this. Dive bomb move from a Greek guy, and I spun out. So no words. Again, when everything seems to go well, one guy decides to do a dive bomb move, or maybe he just made a mistake, but that's his problem. And I'm now last, but going into the 3rd and the final lap, I'm really close to the guys in front of me. One guy has a penalty, and one guy is ghosting out in front of us. He was probably pausing the game or something like that. Into the first corner, a little bit of pushing. Swiss guy pushed the Spanish guy. Now I'm on a 9th place, still chasing, and total chaos. And of course I was awarded with a 1-second penalty for colliding with another car. And again I dropped on my 11th place, and that was the order until the end of the race. I finished dead last. So again, without luck on the second race, let's try another one. I'm starting 4th here. looking for that good result. I have a good qualification time, and this is the reason why I'm starting from a high positions, but still I don't have a luck, and every time I finish on a bad place. In front of me, Spanish guy, again into the first corner. Everything went well. Through the twisty section, running smooth, trying to carry as much speed as possible. Early upshift to fourth. Again, we are going now to the small downhill, short downhill, under the sea bridge or another road. On the brakes, into the corner. One guy went wide, two guys went wide. First guy went oversteering, and I had a better exit here. I'm side by side with the Spanish guy, but I'm using a slipstream now. That is my advantage, and after the long straight we were all close. So I'm going for a move on the brakes on the inside, but he was very good on the outside, so I didn't manage to overtake him here. Going to the flying chicane. We are flying over the chicane.
I believe I can fly.
Literally, I had a bit better exit here. I'm still in a slipstream, so I'm hoping to finish my move going into the first corner of second lap. We will see how I did. So I am approaching now, coming really close. Slipstream is doing its thing. On the right side, on the inside, I have a higher speed, so on the brakes I know that he was going to try undercut, and I closed the door and I went in front of him, so that's the good thing. Finally, I'm in a good position to finish this race on a first position, but we'll see. Still need to finish this lap and one more. Again, going towards the small downhill under the sea bridge or the other road, same as in the previous lap. On the brakes, and he lunges on the inside, pushes me off the line, and of course I received the penalty. But in the meantime I was able to increase my gap, and I'm going to serve my penalty. I was second and a half in advantage, but after I served my penalty they came fast. I lost my first position, and then the other two guys went by me. So this is the final lap. I am dropping positions from first to fourth because of the undeserved penalty, but that's the Polyphony Digital. What can we do? On the brakes here, still I have opportunity to do something. Chasing a Spanish guy in a slipstream, going now over the flying chicane, or flying over the chicane.
I believe I can fly.
Spanish guy was slow and he blocked me. I don't know if he did that on purpose or he didn't have time to react. Nevertheless, that slowed me down, and I am going to finish fourth here. So after a couple of races, finally I had a good result. I can call it that. I almost finished first, but you saw that penalty. I wasn't going to give up. I want to have a good result here, so I continued with racing. So here I am starting fourth again, and again I had a good start, and nothing especially happened until the under the bridge section or the road, and I went a bit wide here, but still I had a good run through this corner. British guy was on my left, we bumped, and I am now using a slipstream of a Greek guy in front of me. So after the long straight, going into the corner, and now we are actually in a second lap through the twisting section. Once again, chaos started to happen. They were oversteering, pushing each other, but still we were on the racing line. I lost one position here. Then I took it back. So once again going under the bridge. on the brakes, and look, the Spanish guy. So once again, every time it's a Spanish guy, every time Spanish guy is lunging, doing a dive bomb move. So again, he pushed me off the racing line, so I lost a couple of positions, and he's going to serve his penalty. I will try to use a slipstream of a car in front of me, naturally, as always. So I did that, and at the end of the straight, going into the corner, still very close contact between two cars in front of me. So I'm now third and going to the chicane, flying over the chicane once again. And I didn't saw where to go. I cut in front of the chicane and chaos. You saw it, and I was awarded with a 0.5 second penalty because of cutting of the chicane, and eventually I finished on 6th position here. But before that I served my penalty and I stayed close to the Czech guy using his slipstream and going into the corner. I was really close now, and he was a bit careful here. I went for a move and he probably saw that I'm doing that, and he slowed down enough so both of us can go to the chicane without crashing and burning. And I finished on 6th place here, so not bad position, but still very messy racing, very messy driving. Guys were all over the place, not good, but what can I do? So I want to have that one good result. As I said, I didn't want to give up, and into the next race, final race of the video. I'm starting second here. Start was good, turning off my TCS, chasing British guy in front of me, so everything went well in these first couple of corners until this section of a downhill, and the first section where we need to brake. I overbraked myself a bit. He was cutting in front of me and I pushed him, and I didn't want it to go full throttle here. I wanted to lift off and to let him go through. I did that, and the Hungarian guy behind me took advantage of that, so he is now using a slipstream of a British guy, and he's in front of me. And after this long straight, again we are close. Hungarian guy went in front of British guy. I'm still here fighting for my position, really close on a British guy bumper. Flying over the chicane once again. He was careful, I bumped into him, but okay, everything went well. And now we are in a second lap over the long straight once again. And here I didn't want it to lift off, so I went all the way on the left, full throttle, looking for my opportunity. A little bit of exchanging paint, bumping into the corner. I was going round the outside, trying to go in front of the British guy, and I did that. Hungarian guy is careful. He is going on the defensively on the right side into the chicane, and a little bit of nudge. British guy was careful. We went well. So second now position for me, but still I am under attack of a British guy. On the brakes here, third and a final lap. I went a bit wide. British guy did a undercut move. Again we are fighting for a slipstream now because we are going over the long straight. He was in a better position to use a slipstream, so he did that, and he went in front of me at some moment. But still we were very close, almost side by side, chasing a Hungarian guy. It's a final lap, and as I am always saying, I never give up until the end, so everything can happen. After the long straight into the corner, I had a better run through, and last run through the chicane, I think Hungarian guy made a mistake. He went a little bit wide and British guy went straight for it and they crashed. So I took advantage of that, and finally I was able to have a good result here, to set a good result here, and to finish in the first place. So that was all for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click the like button. If you would like to watch or to listen some more, do subscribe. I will try to upload 3 videos per week. That's the plan at least. So see you next time. The V-Man is out.